Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of EdTech on the street in the city that never sleeps. Today we are actually inside our office building, not in our office space, but actually in the lobby in front of the famous Paramount building sign. So really excited to be here, and we have our CFO Sumit joining us all the way from India on his last day before he leaves. How has been the trip so far?
Oh, it was really good, and it was so nice to feel the vibrancy of the city. And, we had a rooftop party where most of our clients came, new prospects came, and old connects came. It was really nice to catch up with them and understand and, have a meaningful discussion with them on, how the industry is shaping up.
Right. And it's perfect because that's one thing off the marketing list, and then now we have to wait for the big summit.
Yes.
So no rest for
Yes.
easy. But maybe before we jump into my list of questions, you could just give a little bit of background for
Sure.
your journey with Magic so far and why you maybe joined Magic.
Okay. So, by profession, I am a CPA. In India, it's called Chartered Accountant, and I have been with Magic for the last 5 years. I still remember the day I joined. It was peak COVID. There was nobody around, and we just have to kind of just join in, do the formalities and all.
Right.
And I had to wait really about what 6 months or so to actually meet the team, to actually
wow.
meet the people.
Okay.
We were all working from home. It was a terrible time. But yeah, those last 5 years have been kind of a roller coaster ride. A lot of things to learn, and I'm still learning. And that's what, the life is about. It's in our learning process. And my career has been about 20 plus years, and mostly I've been in the IT.
Okay.
And I'm really excited in Magic. I'm looking forward to the next 5 years as well. Let's see what the future comes to.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. So we got a little bit of tech questions and then also finance questions, all things Magic. Are you ready to jump right into it?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
All right.
Sure.
Got my magical question sheets. Our first question is: education technology is evolving quickly, obviously. From your perspective in finance, what big shifts are driving the industry right now?
Yeah. See, you rightly said, EdTech industry is evolving, and it's ever been evolving, right?
Yeah.
Some of the shifts which I've been noticing, over the past 6 months or so, there's a shift in how the deals are coming up. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, we were earlier driving hard for the growth. The industry itself is hard for the growth, but with the advent of AI and the technology is changing so fast that now the focus is already shifting to the profitability.
Okay.
So the motto now is grow with profits, right? So there's a big technical shift happening, on the profitability and the margin side. Expansion of the margins happening with the advent of AI. The cost cutting is already being there, and therefore the margins are expanding. So the deal focus is kind of shifting a little bit. The other thing which I'm seeing is after COVID in particular, that the small companies which are not evolving or which are not adapting or transforming, they're struggling a little bit. They're finding it hard to kind of continue, and therefore there is a real focus happening in the market of consolidation. So the bigger companies, they're trying to consolidate. They're trying to kind of acquire the smaller companies which are not really kind of moving fast. So these are the two trends which I've kind of seen in the recent past, and that's really been happening in this semester.
Right. And I'm guessing because we have, as you mentioned, there's really two main factors here with AI and then the consolidation goal, that they're really interconnected.
Yes.
Right. Is there any potential where they're operating in isolation, or is it really becoming inevitable that they're going to be intertwined together?
So they do happen in isolation, but ultimately they interconnect at some point of time, right? So the AI, is you can't have it alone, right? AI has to kind of give the margin expansion. It has to give kind of a profitability improvement for the company, right? And at some point of time, the smaller companies are not able to kind of adapt. They will have to give in way to the consolidation to happen.
Okay, I see. We're going to get into the AI later, but we're going to go on to the second question because otherwise everyone knows I'll keep talking about AI. The next one. Many edtech companies face the challenge of balancing innovation with financial sustainability, similar to what we were just talking about. What strategies help achieve that balance?
Yeah. See, I guess there has to be a fine balance between the two. Okay. Yeah. And what happens is, what I've seen in my career so far is they have, the companies will strike the balance quicker. There is strive. Okay. So for example, the companies today are adopting a lean model, right? So they kind of, start with a pilot project maybe, right? And see, how is it going, and whether it's gonna, give the results what they anticipate and expect. And if not, they just kill it, right? Rather than keep on investing on that. So it's an innovation, right? But yet keeping, the bottom line also in mind, right? Then, earlier there was this slogan called, build versus buy. Right? Do you build internally or you buy? Now there is also another thing called, build and partner. Right? So you don't invest entirely at your end, right? You look for partnering companies who are already doing the same thing, right? And you invest it, those companies, partner with those companies, and share the results together.
Right.
Right. So these two things are happening, and then whenever you are investing, whenever innovating, then you keep few KPIs in mind. If you kind of develop those KPIs, and monitor those KPIs very closely against those innovation. So once you do all these 3 steps, I guess then you will obviously strike the balance between innovation and the margins.
Right. So then, what advice would you give to these newer companies that are developing as pure innovation focused experimentation with AI? So we look at companies, for example, one of the ones we just had a recent conversation with, which is Profound.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Profound and their AI search
Not
visibility?
exactly.
Okay, so their whole basis is that they're leading the game for AI search visibility and recommendations for LLMs. But they are all built with AI at the focus, and it's a whole new concept. So this is all experimentation and theoretical, right? What advice would you give to someone then who's pursuing a pathway maybe similar to Profound and achieving financial sustainability and their end goal and KPIs when they're all experimenting to
same thing, right? So innovation is a must, first of all, right? Without innovation you can't survive. So every day innovation has to happen, and you keep on continuing the journey. But you have to be wise enough to understand how much innovation you are going to do and what is the cost benefit analysis of that.
Right.
If you find that some part of time, right, that the benefit is not coming out of that particular innovation step, I guess you have to take a judgment call at some point of time, and sooner the better it is, rather than investing too much on that internally. You want to continue with that or not. And secondly, like I said, look for the partners. There are many companies outside in the market who are probably doing the same thing, right? Do you want to partner with them, right? And share the journey together. What will happen is there is limit on the capex spend which you are going to do, right? And the spend will move to the opex side, and the spend is also less, and there's more chances of success service.
Right. I like the point of growing in the journey together. I think that's definitely, we're kind of still newer into that side of doing this through partnerships. I think I would like to see more of that since we're all in this new era together. Just share this new era.
Yes.
All right. Keeping on to the AI phase then. AI is being called a game changer in education. From a financial point of view, where do you see AI creating the most value in EdTech, specifically as an industry?
Yeah. See, again, AI today is the buzzword. Everybody around us, is talking about AI. What basically this doing is, AI is forcing us to learn, right? Somewhere at some point of time, I guess, people were kind of complacent that, okay, we are used to doing this something, this work for the way it is, right? Which is, let's say, labor intensive, right? We have to deploy X number of headcount to kind of achieve this result.
Right.
What AI is, doing is it's forcing us to shift, forcing us to adapt and learn. And the quicker the learning process is, quicker you come over the curve, the better it is. Because it is going to happen for sure. AI is going to come to you sooner or later, right? Like I said, what AI is doing is it's forcing the company, to look for smaller deals in value, but yet give the same output to the client. So ultimately the client has to benefit from whatever AI initiatives we are taking, the research and development we are doing at our end. We are training, we are training our engineers to AI. Yeah. So we are going to kind of, deploy those engineers at the client side so the client can benefit, the work what they were doing with X number of headcount, can they do with X by 10?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So still pushing
Yeah.
that innovation on
Yes.
in mind.
Yes.
Yeah. Stay relevant.
Yes, stay relevant, absolutely. And
Yeah.
like I said, I am already foreseeing it. The companies are doing it, on a massive scale.
Yeah.
We at Magic is, already investing heavily on the AI side, and a lot of projects we are already taking up with the clients,
Yeah.
delivering value to the customer. The value to the customer is the paramount thing. That's the most important thing.
Paramount.
We are in Paramount, and we're Paramount.
I had
Yeah.
to make an opportunity for that.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like just staying relevant in today, if you're not innovating, as
Yes.
you're even learning, it's what are you doing, honestly?
Yes.
All right, perfect. And going on to our last question. If you had to forecast what finance and technology or education technology trend will most reshape EdTech in the next 5 years?
Yeah.
And you can say 5 years, but I feel even then that's a big time frame that we're
Yes.
innovating so much now. So we could even say 3 or even 1 year, whichever
Yeah.
way you want to take it.
See, I mean, to be very honest, it's very hard to predict the future tomorrow only. Leave alone the 5 years. See, 5 years is a big, time to kind of do any prediction. Ever since, because the technology is changing so rapidly, so fast around us,
Yeah.
one day, we were not very sure about what's going to happen tomorrow, and then the next day, what you see is a chat GPT boom,
Yep.
right? It just changed the way we operate ourselves. It's just changed the way the entire economy around us is functioning, right? So what I think is, the newer and better technology is definitely going to emerge. Okay, and what is going to happen is, is gonna make the work faster. The whatever daily work we are doing, even a day-to-day life, and the big corporates also, it's gonna make the things more simpler, right, and quicker and error-free. Right. So like most of the systems we use today, are, giving some errors, it's going to,
Yeah.
going to repeat mode, but
Yeah.
better and better technology is going to come out, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to kind of be error free and faster. That's what the efficiency is.
Yeah.
Right. And then there's going to be a shift in the demand, I guess, the current demand, the way it is still some of the, demand is like the headcount based, more and more headcount based. And so people are going to be trained in AI. They are going to be more kind of, future onward looking, and they will be more in demand, I would say. The people who are not going to be, AI trained, and, they're going to be probably, found redundant sometime, in the near future. So there's an entire shift going to happen, I guess, in the near future, from, old technology to the new technologies.
Right.
And, there'll be more focus on the people training in the new technology. That's what I can foresee in the immediate future.
I like that. I think it's kind of on board with what we're already seeing happening with Zapier and trying to establish these
Yeah.
core basic guidelines for the employees that have this knowledge about AI and how
Yeah.
to use it. I hope there comes a time when we have more established guidelines, maybe not, I wouldn't say universal because it's so hard to agree on how AI is going to be used and implemented on a global scale, but even just in the States, or if we go by statewide levels, what those core efficiencies are, capacities, et cetera, and how we're supposed to use AI, we need to know now.
Yes, yes, and there's a good point you mentioned, Kara. I also think that today there is a little bit of apprehension about being the use of AI.
Yeah.
Everybody is a little worried that how my data is going to be used, where my data goes out. Is it going to be made public and all, right? So I understand all those apprehensions, but as in we start using AI more and more in our day-to-day working, there will be stricter guidelines, there will be some more control measures which are going to come in, and which will make which will ease out these kind of apprehensions.
Yeah.
So I think in the near future is very exciting. It's going to be very, I mean, I make no mistake, it's going to be challenging as well.
Sure.
It's going to be challenging yet more exciting.
Yeah.
And we the humans, that's the best part of us. We embrace the challenge.
Okay.
Right. And we have been doing it for ages, and the future is no different, I guess.
Yeah. Always gotta be flexible and adaptable.
Yeah.
My number one thing is if you're not doing that, how are you gonna keep up with the change and new innovations? So.
Yes.
I love the positiveness though, coming from your perspective on this matter.
Thank you very much.
It's good. That's what we need. Let's keep the positivity going.
Thank you.
Awesome. Any final words that you would like to add before we close out today's conversation?
No, I would just like to once again say that the city of New York, it never sleeps. it never stops. And the lovely people out there, and across the world as well, I would say, like I said, it's challenging times ahead of us.
Yeah.
But we are all prepared. We should be prepared, and learning never stops. That's what Magic believes as well.
Yeah.
Whosoever is born has to kind of learn every single day.
Right.
That's what we're doing, and that process should continue.
Right. I love it. I think that's a good note to end on. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching this episode. To tune into our next one, because we have a lot more videos coming from all of our guests visiting this past week. And remember to stay curious. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.